You're listening to the What Happens When podcast.
What happens when two guys sit in front of a laptop talking about God knows what?
And here are your hosts, G5 and Gene Van Horn.
And this is What Happens When, and I'm your host, Gene Van Horn, back in the building in this new year. With me tonight, as always, my trusty sidekick, Just Mike. Hey, we have no clue where G5J is. I don't think he came back from the new year.
Yeah, fuck it. I think he maybe caught a little bit of, the shame that Ronda Rousey's feeling.
Yeah, he probably most definitely caught that shame because he was a huge Rousey supporter going into it.
Lord have mercy.
I was a huge Rousey detractor, by the way.
I don't remember what I think I was kind of indifferent about it.
Yeah.
But you were saying that she was finished, and I was kind of like, I don't know if she's finished.
Right.
But yeah, she's finished, dude. It's over.
Real quick PSA, big Mikey.
Yeah, fuck you if you don't like what we have to say.
Boom in your face.
Mic drop.
Take that. He literally dropped the mic. That's funny. So yeah, that's the new PSA for the new year.
Basically,
we've refined it down.
Yeah, it's shorter, more sleek.
Yeah,
the design is nice.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, G5 is probably somewhere still in hiding from all his Ronda Rousey support.
Lord. Boy, like I wasn't gonna watch it, and then somebody sent me the clip on Facebook.
Right? Was it me?
Like,
Did I post that? I think I posted
it. You
it.
may have, but I'm thinking, all right, this is like a part of the fight when she got. Nah, that's like the whole thing. Like the whole thing.
The whole 48 seconds
when she got punished. Looked like the worst thing about it, like because one of my buddies on Facebook is a fight trainer. You
got
know.
it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was like it wasn't so bad that she was getting punched in the face, but the fact that she was grabbing at her, like grabbing at air, getting punched in the face at the same time.
Yeah.
Like you have to know at some point that okay, this is not the greatest strategy.
No. Well, see, this is the problem, and this is what I was telling people that were like all about her judo. Well, her judo is going to come into play. First and foremost, judo is not a successful technique. It's not a successful martial art in MMA. She's the only judo practitioner that's had any success in mixed martial arts. There's no other one.
Right.
So that being said, she's very effective at it. Right. However, the way she uses it is with rudimentary boxing to get in close.
Right.
And then grab the smaller, usually smaller opponent.
Right.
So what happened was she tried to use her little boxing at the beginning.
And she got that old face mashed up. Mashi top man.
She got like a good old fashioned mollywop. and it sent her on Queer Street, man, and she never seemed to right the wrong that happened with that first part.
Then at that point she was just chasing her around trying to grab her, and
looking like a child being pushed back like no.
Yeah, it was bad.
Your arms are too little.
She was wobbly right away, blood all over the place.
Yeah, as a big boy from now 92, the real used to say, your little arms are too small to slap box with God, apparently.
Right? Or what's the other girl's name?
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah. Too small to
slap box with the lioness, apparently. Yeah. Dude, did you see her wear that lioness mask?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's the greatest thing ever. She was wearing a lioness mask to the weigh-in. She had like a lion. It was the greatest. She was all about it. She's really enjoying the spotlight, and I'm happy for her because she is a great fighter.
So, in your opinion, now wait. Let me before I ask this other question. Okay, a couple years ago when Ronda was high horsing it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine was dead set that Ronda Rousey could whip my ass.
Right.
Mine.
Yeah, of course.
Mine.
No.
I said, look, dude, I've had some training. I'm not gonna say that I've trained as much as she has.
Right.
But there's weight classes and for a reason.
Yeah, there's a reason why women fight women.
Yeah.
Also,
I said, look, she might be. Maybe if I was completely undertrained and not physically superior, just because I am.
Yeah.
And true enough, judo does help you to minimize some of those limitations.
It does.
But at the end of the day, there's too much of a difference. Like,
yeah, most definitely.
If she couldn't take those punches from
a girl,
she's not gonna be able to take those punches from me.
That's what I've said about a lot of women fighters.
And one thing that I can do is punch hard and fast. And if she can't stand it, and this is what I'm telling them, I'm like, dude, I said if you gave me 2 weeks just to get in shape,
2 weeks,
2 weeks, and I'm not talking about training.
Yeah, because it's not going to go into the deep round.
No, I'm talking about just 2 weeks to get in shape so that I'm not winded from punching the shit out of her. She's going down.
Yeah.
And my hands are going to be all fucked up.
Yeah. So those types of things irritate the hell out of me, right?
Yeah.
Those guy girl deals where of course the guy's going to win.
Right.
It doesn't matter who the guy is.
Right.
He's going to win.
Now, you're talking about something like water polo.
Yeah.
Or
something where there's an equalizer, right? So in
basketball.
water polo, right? I'm 5'7".
Right.
I wasn't 5'7" when I played water polo.
Right.
I was like 5'3".
Right.
Maximum, right?
Right.
But water is the great equalizer.
Sure.
In that it saps all our energy.
Right.
And it puts us all at shoulder height, no matter how tall you are underneath the water.
Right.
Right. So there's something there. Like basketball, there's limitations within the game that kind of puts you in the parameters of kind of a level playing field.
Right.
But when you're talking about hand-to-hand combat or something like football, where football there's no limitation, I'm going to run into you as fast as I can.
That's right. And if you're bigger, you're gonna win most of the time.
That's 98% of the time.
Yeah.
The bigger
if you're bigger,
guy,
faster, stronger, got the leverage, you're going to win.
Just how it works. That's just how those boxing, MMA. Usually the larger guy, and that's kind of how MMA got popular, right? Hoist Gracie was a smaller guy choking out larger dudes.
Right, till he came across Ken Shamrock and ended up having to get stood up, and then that was that.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't, if he wasn't on the ground, he couldn't win. Basically.
So now in that man-to-man, woman-to-woman, it's starting to be more parity, right?
Right.
But man-to-woman is still man-to-woman. It's still
exactly
that's apples to oranges.
Yeah,
you know?
and I know somebody listening to this podcast, one of the 6 or 7 people that listen,
right, that don't listen,
are gonna be like, you guys are, man, fuck you if you think I'm sexist. I am.
I'm totally.
What you want to.
So I'm totally sexist. But what I would do is I wouldn't want my daughter fighting a guy, no matter how great she is.
Not at all.
At whatever the sport is.
I did see my sister put paws on a couple of guys.
No, I mean, of course, I've seen girls like put paws on a couple of dudes, but sometimes the dude didn't want to hit him. Sometimes the dude was just a nerdy dude. Right. You know, they didn't ever fight another alpha male.
No, because it's not. I mean,
it's not fair.
It's not.
Imagine Lester Towns punching abroad like it'd be terrible.
If he'd go to prison.
It would be terrible.
Yeah, he'd go to prison.
I'm telling you, it would be terrible.
And it's like, okay, so
it'd be like if I just went and kicked Judah in the face. Like that's terrible.
That would be, dude. Like, all right, in my adult life, I've hit one woman. Now, in fairness, right? She was not a girlfriend. It was not anything like that. It was actually trying to break up a fight, and she punched me and chipped my tooth.
So,
and even then, I tried to chill her out, but she kept on. So I had to give her the one piece, and it wasn't. I mean, it was probably 50%, and she looked like she was getting a little glossy, you know,
like round in the first punch. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I had to I felt bad, but really, that's the only way I could stop her from swinging at me. Mm-hmm. I had to protect myself, you know. So
at all times, those are the rules.
Yeah. So if you punch me in the mouth, if you punch me in the mouth, and I feel that cold sensation where my tooth was, okay. First of all, I'm a little irritated at this point, and still I'm trying to give you a pass, and still you keep swinging. First, I'm not even trying. I wasn't even involved.
Right. You were trying to break up the situation.
Right. So she hits me and keeps hitting me. So I'm like, okay, let me show you.
Well, you probably deserved it either way.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not by
her.
I'm
100% sure you deserved it.
Maybe not by her, but by someone.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I had to show her that, okay, if we really were fighting, if I really wanted to hurt you, this is what happens.
This is. You get this.
Yeah. Boom.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, the next time I talked to her, she's talking about she wanted it. She was no. Before that day was over, she was going to the car and get her pistol.
Nice.
So no, that's an equalizer.
Yeah, there's a good old fashioned. I'm gonna go get my gun from White Man Can't Jump. Was it?
Yeah. I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's good.
And that was kind of the situation. So she ended up not getting it.
I've never hit a woman as an older guy. When I was a kid, I got into a rumble with a girl.
Sure. Did you lose?
No, hell no. She was like 6'2".
Yeah.
Her name will be stricken from the record.
Excellent.
Because she went on to have a good collegiate basketball career.
Oh, good.
And I think a minor WNBA career.
Nice.
But we got into a little tussle on the schoolyard, of course, playing basketball.
Right.
And she just went crazy for some reason.
And you had to give her the beans.
Man, yeah.
That's what needs to happen sometimes.
It was a quick 3-piece.
Yeah.
And she was, even though she was way taller than I was.
Yeah.
She was completely stunned with what just happened.
Yeah, that's what the reality is. This is what I said in a conversation on the phone the other day with someone. I said, no, this wasn't on the phone. This is actually in person at my job. I said, the reality is people are not equal, although they should be treated as though they're equal.
True. I agree with that statement, actually.
Now, that's not me being PC. That's just really how I feel. I try to treat people all equally, not the same. Equally and the same is not the same thing.
Right.
I try to treat people on an equal level, equal footing, even though I don't think that all people are equal.
Right.
So
I feel like everybody deserves to be treated equally until they show you who they are individually.
Right. But see, to me, I still felt like they should be treated equally.
At some point, though, like if they just keep being a buffoon, they're a buffoon, and you treat them like a buffoon.
But that's just treating someone different, not lesser. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I may not respect you. I may not fuck with you.
Right.
I might not.
But you don't deserve to eat dog food for dinner.
Right. You're still a person. I'm still gonna treat you as a person,
as a human being.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's you being PC.
That's why saying. That's why I say equal and the same is not the same.
So you had a question before we went on a tangent.
I forgot what it was.
That's all right. You're old.
Yeah, it's true.
No, but before the podcast, so Ronda Rousey got her butt whooped. I was definitely surprised with there was a guy named Cody Garbrandt, and I know you don't really know most of these guys, but this guy named Dominic Cruz has kind of been dominating the 135 pound. I think he's 35. I think he's 135 pound weight class in the division. He's beat all the best dudes. He's beat Uriah Faber. He's beat all the big names.
Right.
And he's kind of been dominating this particular team. The team is called Team Alpha Male.
Okay.
He's been calling Team Alpha Fail. He was talking a lot of crap, and he just got totally dominated by Cody Garbrandt, who was like ranked number 5. I was telling my wife, like, this is what bothers me about UFC is why is the ranked number 5 guy, why is he fighting for the belt, and the ranked number 1 and 2 guys are fighting each other, and nobody's fighting the champ out of that group.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, but now the number 5 guy beat the champ, so now number 5 goes to champ, and then champ goes to 1. So now the number 2 guy might have to wait for a rematch. That's kind of lame.
Why did champ go to 1? He just got his ass kicked.
Right, so he goes
to
number 1 contender. It's not how it works.
They should do it like college rankings. You take that loss, you got to take them. You got to take them. You got to move down.
That's what bothers me about UFC. I mean, Ronda didn't fall all the way down. First and foremost, she came back after a 1-year layoff.
Yeah,
and she was the number 1 contender, and she got a title shot.
Here's a question.
Now she dropped to 4. Go ahead.
In your opinion, first, Ronda Rousey's done.
No, actually, so this is probably the best thing that could have happened to her.
You think so?
Yeah.
She gonna learn how to box.
I think she needs to get. At this point, I don't want to see her retire now. Now, I mean, now it's weird to say. Now that before I was talking so much crap.
Right.
But before I felt like she should not come back because she had no reason to.
Right. She had dominated everybody and just got.
Yeah, there's no reason. Yeah, you ran into some. You weren't really into it anymore. You were doing movies. She came in a little chunky for that Holly Holm fight, right? Mm-hmm. So then this time
she came in ripped up.
She came in ripped. She looked great, but she had the same exact training camp. You had the same exact people who got you mopped up last time,
right? By a boxer.
And now you're back in there with another great puncher, and you got the same exact result. So what I would like to see now is if she's still interested in fighting, which she seemed to be because of how lean she came in. Somebody who's not interested doesn't come into that looking that good.
Right.
So she obviously felt like
maybe she wants to go into modeling.
I don't know.
She'd always come to my house.
I'm sure.
Looking like that.
Model something for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
See what her guard looks like.
There it is. Put her in full guard, maybe full mount, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, girl, if you listening, you can come on by. I ain't worried about your face being all fucked up like that.
I really think she has an opportunity to reinvent herself as a fighter.
Right.
And kind of solidify. I mean, her legacy's not in question. I think she blazed the trail for a lot of people,
Sure.
especially in the UFC. Not women's MMA, because that's kind of harsh to say.
Right.
Misha Tate and Cyborg and those types of people, Gina Carano, they did it way before.
Right.
But she did blaze the trail in the UFC and just brought it to the mainstream.
Right.
So for that, I think she'll never be forgotten. But I think the real test of a person
It's how you come back from a
is how they
defeat
come
like
back
that.
from a loss. I mean, I agree with Floyd Mayweather. Not everybody has to lose. That's
True.
but
he hasn't done it yet.
But I mean, he's lost in the amateurs, so that's neither here nor there. But in his professional career, he never lost. But I feel like we would see the best of him
Right. Had he lost.
had he lost. But like in the Miguel Cotto fight where he was getting roughed up, and it looked like we saw the best of Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
When Sugar Shane Mosley popped him and he was in danger, we saw the best of Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
So
survival instincts kick in.
So although Ronda, she's only 29.
Really?
Yeah. Although
Good age.
although she's done so much, I
Right.
think that she has a lot more in her career that she can give if she decides to evolve.
Right.
I totally wouldn't have a problem with her walking away, but I feel like if she says, you know what, this camp, everybody's been telling her that her coach is full of it.
Right.
Everybody. And if she decides to finally listen to somebody and go to someone else, I think she has a better shot at probably coming back and dominating the sport. I think
Right.
she didn't get a chance to use her judo.
No, she didn't.
The only thing is,
Too many hands in the
I
face.
don't know if her jaw might have been softened up.
She didn't go to sleep. I mean,
Well, dude, she was out.
she was wobbly.
But
though.
what I'm saying is, from punch one, she was a little glassed over.
Yeah, it connected solidly though.
So I feel like if she learns how to move her head and avoid those big bombs, she gets in and probably slams Nunes, and we got a different fight. But I don't.
mean, you
I still
trying
think Nunes would have won.
Well, what I'm saying is, you're saying at 29 years old, you've been fighting for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You're gonna now learn how to dodge punches. It's over.
No, you could. I mean, you've seen people recreate their careers before.
Yeah, I know, but not at 29. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Miguel Cotto was probably like 30 before he learned how to stay outside and box rather than just slug it out. So, I mean, it can happen.
Yeah.
But it takes a real special athlete, and I think she is a real special athlete, and I think she's able to do that. So, I mean, if she wants to come back, that's what she has to do. If she doesn't, just stay away,
Yeah.
because you're gonna get your face pounded in again.
Yeah, because man, she's looking like needing plastic surgery. She keep on with this shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's not really drop dead gorgeous to me, anyways.
I don't want to say she's dropped dead gorgeous, but she's sexy to me. Something about her, I don't know what it is.
It was her confidence and her the way she carried herself, and she's not an ugly person by any means.
No,
So
I'll take her down.
that all of that's
Rhonda, I take you down, girl.
there. It is. So if you know Ronda Rousey and you're listening to this, or you're not
Let her
listening
know.
to it, let her know. Just Mike said, he'll take her down.
Yeah, and you know what? It can keep it between me and her, and we don't even have to tell my old lady.
Yeah, real discreet.
Real discreet. I'll keep it out of paparazzi and everything.
Everything.
For a smooth 10 grand.
What?
That's it.
That sounds like
A deal? Fucking right.
or prostitution. Either way.
No. I mean, I'm gonna have sex with her for free, but I won't tell nobody for 10 grand.
Okay. All right.
So
Got it. So it's
Yeah.
informational prostitution.
yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
Almost blackmail.
Yeah, and if we do it again, same thing next time.
So I think we talked about the flat Earth theory before.
Yes.
So as I was I see how you get irritated with that.
Yeah, I hate it.
But Neil deGrasse Tyson just talked about it.
Why was he even dignify that for anybody?
Well, he didn't want to, but he kind of got drug into a conversation with it.
Yeah.
And he said some pretty interesting things, but
All common sense stuff, I'm sure.
it was funny just because he's just the way he talks is hilarious. Well, if you look at this, and you're gonna go into here and
Yeah.
and what we're gonna see is that people.
It's actually not bad.
Thank you.
I
But-
like Neil deGrasse Tyson, by the way.
Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't.
I
but,
like the fact that he's black. 2, he's educated.
I like him because he's black.
I like black people. I love me some black people.
Me the blacks. Sorry, go ahead.
It's just that there's not enough educated blacks on TV that aren't pushing some sort of
True, and he gets some type of run, and I like that.
there's
too.
not some sort of white agenda that he's pushing. Because the only time you see educated blacks is when they're pushing the Republican Party. For
Yeah,
some
Don Lemon, you dirty bastard.
reason. And Stacey Dash don't count. She's dumb as fuck.
But she was fine though.
Yeah, she was. Boy, Lord, even into her 40s. Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash, 132 years old right now.
Right now, girl. I'll wife you up. You come stay with me and my old lady. I mean, you could be my wife.
She had to be like 47 in the All Falls Down video.
She was in her. I think she was like 42-ish. Right.
Jeez.
There. But yeah, super fine.
Gosh,
super
Kanye, what
fine.
happened to you?
Was all that ass? Woo. Anyways,
Neil deGrasse Tyson's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So anyways, I like him. I think he does a bang up job with his explanations and how intelligent, or educated he appears to be. I don't like to lump in intelligence and education together. Right. Although he does appear to be well educated and certainly
intelligent.
Well versed. He could be intelligent. I'm assuming he is.
I listened to his retorts and his rebuttals on the fly.
Right.
And book educated people can't really retort or rebut or refute on the fly as much as just intelligent people.
Right.
So he's pretty good. I like him. But his main point was basically at the end of the day, he said, "What does it matter?"
Right.
But he was talking about how how fast light particles see the thing. So to a light particle, it appears flat.
Right.
And the slower you move, the more you're able to see the full picture. Right. So it was pretty interesting. So he said it's technically not wrong if you're like a light ray particle. So it's like
nice.
Yeah. So he was good. But another theory that's kind of like an old theory that's making a big comeback is the hollow Earth theory.
Hollow Earth?
Yeah.
As in there's nothing inside the Earth.
No. So, okay, that's kind of what it insinuates, but that's not what it's about. It's in a nutshell, just pretty much paraphrasing. So if you're a hollow earther, don't lose your shit about it.
Fuck you if you lose your shit, you fucking bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck about no hollow Earth. Fucking bitch ass motherfucker. I bet not, man. Let me catch me a motherfucker.
So basically, inside the center of the Earth, there's another sun. Like a mini sun inside the center of the Earth. On each pole, there's access into hollow Earth, right, into the Earth, and inside there's basically like another form of Earth, like a little smaller Earth inside. There's more land and stuff.
First, let me ask this: who in the fuck comes up with this shit?
So this is somewhat Nordic, folklore ish.
Okay, so the Vikings.
Similar. Similar to Nordic, same area.
I gotcha.
But basically, Hitler believed in this.
Well, it's validation right there.
Well, Hitler was a damn genius.
Or something.
But he's borderline, right?
Yeah.
But they actually they have a lot of evidence showing NASA and Google Earth and anything that has satellites that go over the Earth. Mm-hmm. They always block out the poles, the North and the South Pole. Like they always block them out. Like okay. You're not able to see. But in some pictures, they catch it from the side, and you can see like a divot or like a hole in the center of the North or South Pole. And there's actually been proven that Saturn itself has on its North Pole, it has a hexagonal hole on top.
But Saturn is also not a solid planet either.
Right, but there's a hole there. Mm-hmm. And it allegedly goes through the other side. But you actually can see that on satellite images. But on the Earth, they don't show it. Weird enough, President Obama just visited Antarctica. Did you know that normal people are not able to just go to Antarctica?
No. Yeah. Well, why is that? Because it's fucking freezing?
Either because it's freaking freezing or because they're covering up the entrance to the hole.
So these conspiracy theories.
So it goes pretty good. It's pretty good. But
what is there anything about the Bermuda Triangle?
No. But there is actual evidence that there was a paradise underneath Antarctica.
Okay.
So that's
like pre-ice age.
Yeah, stuff? They found gigantic palm trees under millions of years allegedly of ice.
Now, how did they manage to do that?
So people are allowed to visit, right? But it's usually scientific excavations and stuff like that.
So if I just wanted to go live,
no,
in
you
Antarctica,
can't fly to Antarctica. No, and
what if I swam?
just so you know, you're not gonna make it for one. But just so you know, no planes are allowed to fly over the poles, north or south.
Just in case somebody gets a wild hair and decides to jump into the hexagon.
Who knows?
hole.
Who knows? There is no in NASA and in all air flight, and there's no hole over the poles, either north or south.
Well, I mean,
but you're not able to fly over them.
Who's gonna stop them? Like, here's my question. Like, there's all these different countries.
First and foremost, you need air traffic control position, and they will shoot your ass down.
From where? Antarctica? Are there people stationed there to shoot you?
No, Mikey, you start flying off the course that you reported into, they'll shoot your ass down.
They'll come get me.
Yeah, NORAD will shoot you down. They're not playing
I should
that.
have been a pilot for the U.S.
Oddly enough, they have like actual like U.S. Evidence of, I think the guy's name was Robert, like Lieutenant Sergeant Robert Byrd or some junk, and he led the mission around World War II time. It was like I think it was after World War II. He led the mission to Antarctica to do like a scientific excavation, and he said that they got attacked by something and like lost 4 or 5 ships, and that there's a hole at the bottom of the Earth in Antarctica. This guy literally was like Secretary of State or some shit.
Ain't nobody hearing that shit.
I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna read this shit.
I'm just telling you. So they have a lot of compelling arguments.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't believe it, but I can't get there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
For sure.
I need photographic evidence.
Right?
Not photoshopped photographic evidence.
No, they have actual like non-Photoshop footage of like a side view of the hole, where like NASA, it's like a NASA space shot or whatever. And you can see the hole, and they say that the aurora borealis, because the Northern Lights,
right?
They happen down by Antarctica too.
Yeah.
They say that that's being caused by something coming out of the holes.
So it's like a fart, earth fart.
Basically, it's an earth fart.
So now, all of these motherfucking weird ass things and phenomena. So all of these pictures we've ever seen of the Earth and the globe has all been false. But for what purpose? Like, that's
talking about the flat people, or what are we talking about here?
Like, we're saying that there's holes at the top and the bottom. Like, if you look at the globe, they don't.
Well, they never show the holes, and the globe does actually have holes in it on the top and the bottom.
But that's because that's the only way you can spin it.
Yeah, no, it's not. You can put it on the side,
but it wouldn't be on the proper axis.
Oh, okay.
Axis, not access.
No, because access is different than axis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Or axes.
Axes is. But here's my question: why hide that? Like, what reason would there be to not?
Well, in the Norse mythology, I believe that that's where the gods live, or that's where like the creators of the outside world live.
Yeah. So. Because there's this one cocksucker who had some theory that the moon was hollow and it was a spaceship, and
so the hollow earthers deal with a hollow moon.
And there's lizard people that live inside of it.
No lizard people.
Because that was what he was saying.
No lizard people, but
it was ridiculous. It's on YouTube.
There's actual records from the people who went to the moon, saying that when they slammed equipment on the moon or they landed roughly on the moon, they could hear it echo for hours.
First of all, are those the same people that didn't actually go to the moon? That was filmed in the studio.
So I believe that they're fucking full of shit. But I'm just telling you from the point of the Earth. I mean, the hollow earthers. I'm just telling you from if you're gonna go ahead and believe that they went to the moon,
right? These
are reports of people from the moon that
saying
that when they hit it, it sounded like it was kind of hollow.
Boom. So It's like the Death Star,
basically. Maybe that's where they got the idea for the Death Star.
Could be. Lucas is a genius.
Maybe Lucas has been to the moon. Who knows?
Maybe Lucas is from the moon. You gotta consider all possibilities.
So I love that. I just thought I'd let you know so you could kind of like rack your brain and just Google some stuff and
I'll probably just look for somebody to punch.
Lose like 42 hours of your life.
Somebody's punched in the face at work tomorrow.
But it's good. It's good stuff. I like hearing that type of stuff. It's fun. I love conspiracies.
I mean, I like a good conspiracy, but not one that's like the flat Earth one. Come on, dog. Why? But then, so if you try to say something that wasn't going to be so incredibly easy to say, nah.
Well, so the reason why you never fall off of the Earth, right, is because
it's flat.
Well, first and foremost, because it's flat. Antarctica is around. They say Antarctica is around the edges of the Earth. So the whole side. So you can't go to Antarctica.
Right.
There's no just random mass flights there.
Right.
But also, there's no flight paths that lead over there.
I mean, I get that, but I mean, come on, man. Let's just. How do you go from Japan to California in a short period of time, as opposed to going from Japan to, say, New York?
Like, why does it take longer to do that?
If it weren't round, you'd have to fly
from Japan past
across
New York,
California, past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of going the other way, if you
fly over Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. I don't know the whole.
I'm not buying.
I don't know the whole flat Earth theory.
Not buying. All those flat Earth.
I can 100% buy hollow Earth before I could buy flat Earth.
Yeah.
Well, Christians inadvertently believe in hollow Earth.
Well, yeah, if you believe in hell, huh?
Yeah, because hell is supposed to be at the center of the earth.
Even though I don't recall ever reading that in the Bible.
Oh, it's totally there.
In the center of the earth.
Oh, yeah. Because when Jesus dies, that's where he goes.
To the depths of hell, but it didn't say
center of the earth.
They call it, 3 days and what 3 do they call it? Shallow?
That
Not
might
shallow.
Be the
Sheol.
Sheol,
I think.
That might be like the Greek or Hebrew name.
But I didn't know if it was actually within the center of the earth. That seemed a little bit.
Seems a little weird, right?
But then the same thing about the heavens is always with an S.
Right.
Not a singular place. But I don't want to get into. Certainly don't want to get into a religious discussion as because I'm not a religious person, of course. But
and you're ugly.
Yeah, if by ugly you mean incredible.
Nope,
then
I mean ugly.
Yeah, well, you need to check on your definitions a little bit better, because this here is incredible, and you can ask anybody.
I'm not asking anyone.
You should ask somebody.
Yeah, I'll get you this scripture off air.
Okay.
But I'll put a link in the description down below to what it's at. But yeah, it describes it as being in the center of the earth, underneath the earth's crust.
Okay. I have a study Bible at the house. I'll check it out.
Yeah, so that's it. It does describe that as being down there. But I do believe in. I would. It's easier for me to believe hollow earth than it is for me to believe flat earth.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I could see why. I mean, it's
Neil deGrasse Tyson also said something about the gravity would be like more intense
if it was flat.
No, as you get out further at the edges where it's flat, and that you'd have to build the houses at a slant, and like the ground would have to be elevated to kind of maintain the fact that it's not a circle.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, he's just obviously way smarter than me.
Yeah, when you start talking about pressure, like it always, like when I was younger, I didn't understand the whole pressure thing.
Well, they believed also that that the sun is only like 32 miles away or something, 4,000 miles away or something.
And it's really only like the size of a house.
No, something. Like they say it's like 32 miles across or something. Not really that big. I don't know. They also say that all the satellites are in low orbit. But I mean, which is essentially true, right? It's essentially true.
I mean, sometimes they just get a little extra dog.
Yeah. Then they but this is the crazy part. Is like people who believe in flat Earth will believe that we went to the moon, but then they'll use the fact that NASA said that we can't break outside of low Earth orbit, right? As a way to say, like, see, the satellites can't go out there, but it's like, but you believe in the moon landing, so it's like,
pick which one.
Pick which one you're going to believe.
You have to be consistent with
which is not true, by the way. It's not true that we can't break low Earth orbit.
Of course not.
The fact of the matter is we have no purpose to do so.
No, we have broken low
Earth
orbit, but not with a person.
We
and
did.
If you're saying if you don't believe in the moon landing, cool, whatever.
I don't.
But there has been a spaceship, a landing, the rover landing on the moon, and it was also a landing on Mars,
allegedly. But yes.
Oh, there's a drone. Why would they lie about that, though?
I don't know.
For what purpose?
Yeah, there's no Cold War going on, so I don't see why they would lie about that.
And if no person in it, so
yeah,
it's just I just don't see how they get the communication from so far away.
Yeah, I don't see why they send up a phone, something that's less powerful than my smartphone.
Yeah, they should send.
But apparently, according to Cannabis, liquid-filled shoes is what they use to walk across the moon without leaving a clue of where they've been for the last 4,000 years.
Yeah. Here's my question: if we planted a flag on the moon,
how come we can't see it?
I should be able to see it with a telescope.
Nope.
Somewhere.
Nope.
At some point.
Not there, bud.
There should be a photograph.
Not there. I don't want to hear it anymore about this moon landing bullshit. Doesn't exist.
I'm saying they at least need to send a drone with a flag.
Yeah, just send one up there and put it up there. Jesus.
And just be like, nah, but that's always been there, and that's all they have to say. Nah, we just was going to check on the flag, take a picture.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Take a selfie with it.
Yeah, it's crazy because you never see it with a telescope. Maybe it's on the dark side of the moon.
The dark side is not always the dark side. Besides, it was bright.
I'm trying to help your conversation out.
Look, I don't care one way or another if we went there. Now I would just wish that whatever we did, it go ahead and be honest about it.
There's some conspiracies to me that make sense. Why you would hide such a thing, right? So to win the Cold War, we put on the greatest production known to man, that we landed on the moon.
Right.
To win the Cold War, that makes sense to me.
Sure.
That would make perfect sense to me.
Absolutely.
9/11 is an inside job, right?
Oh yeah, I think that. I don't know why, but yeah.
It would make sense to me.
Well, not only does it make sense, it makes too much sense. Like just knowing how the way buildings collapse, that building was blown up from the bottom.
Right. Okay.
Both of them.
I agree, but what I'm saying is the conspiracy would make sense. They needed to pass the Patriot Act, and they needed to have the full support of the people in order to do it. That was going to pass either way. They just wanted to have the people behind them. They also needed the oil in Iraq, so we needed a place to go. We needed some things, and we needed the support of the people behind us to do so.
Well, we went to Afghanistan first.
So of course we did, because that was our way into Iraq. Anyways, right? Anyways, those things make sense. Flat Earth theory. It doesn't make sense to me. Why would that be something to hide?
That's what I'm saying. Same thing about the poles, though.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing about that. Why would it be okay? Now, if you're saying that the gods live there currently today,
if you know that for a fact,
right? If you know that for a fact, then I can understand. Yeah, then that's a reason to hide it, because they don't need people going there and causing the gods allegedly to get angry and destroy.
You have angered the gods,
right? So okay, that could also be something, or it could be a selfish way to hide, like paradise for yourself. And then you're going to vanish off the face of the earth and go to this place.
Sure. So, like, say, for instance, like naming one place Iceland, the other place Greenland.
Right.
You do know about that, right?
Yeah. One's full of ice, and it's called Greenland. And one's full of green, and it's called ice.
Right.
Yeah. So they did that on purpose, right?
Yeah, what assholes.
So that I understand, if to that point, but flat Earth makes no sense for no reason.
No.
So I could even understand why creating evolution, because I don't really believe in evolution all the way.
Right.
I could even understand why you would create evolution. I can understand that.
Right.
So there's just certain conspiracy theories I just don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's 100 million conspiracy theories about aliens and stuff, and
I love those.
They killed me.
I don't believe them at all.
I believe in aliens, but I think it's too difficult to hide that magnitude of a thing from, how many people would have seen.
What about the Anunnaki, though, bro?
What?
The Anunnaki.
What's that?
The ancient Sumatran aliens, the gigantic ones that.
Oh, I mean, it seemed like we'd have at least some fossils or something on these guys. Like,
well, no, they left. They didn't die here.
All of them?
Yeah.
So nobody.
It wasn't like 100 million came down from the heavens.
So how many?
25, 30.
And none of them got killed by us crazy ass lunatic humans.
No, because our as crazy ass lunatic humans were just like monkey people.
That's a more reason to kill them.
Well, they couldn't. These things were giants.
How big?
Like I'm talking like 36 feet tall.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Had to be a big ass ship. Had to be craters and stuff from where they took off.
Well, I mean, there's craters on the Earth, but we don't know what they're here for or from.
Well, they say that they're from meteor.
Sure.
I don't know. I ain't buying. But here's the other thing.
Well, so this is the crazy thing. I don't buy the Anunnaki either.
Right.
But there's a lot of compelling evidence. If you start looking at those types of things, there's a lot of compelling evidence of like, could be true.
Like when I watch Ancient Aliens, I used to watch that show.
I can't take that guy's haircut.
Yeah.
I just want to punch that guy in the face.
I hate the fact that he says extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. It irritates him. But other than that, the show has some really interesting and intriguing information. So I've looked at a few of those things and thought, damn, I wonder. But the only thing that bothers me about it is they said that, the aliens came and they're using all these tools and stuff.
Right.
No evidence of these tools besides what's left over, like the actual work.
Right.
Like it should be at least somebody find
we should find
a tuning fork or something.
So
you know what I mean?
There's like a lot of like things that have been found that are unexplained, dude. To be honest with you, there's so they found like a little bell. I think I told you about that, right? In some coal, and it takes a certain amount of years for coal to become coal.
Right.
And they found this like golden bell, and it's perfectly fine. And it looks like something from the ancient Sumatran, era.
Right.
They found a metal hammer, a metal tool in rock that was supposed to be like 200 million years old or something.
Before the Iron Age.
Before the Iron Age. And this is the crazy part is the wood that was attached to it was petrified.
Nice.
And it takes a certain amount of years to petrify wood. So there's things that are found that, it's hard to explain.
Right.
But
well,
then
the fact that the pyramids and how geometrically accurate.
I saw a guy move big ass rocks now with 2 pebbles underneath it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll literally show you this. This fool moves like a 21-ton rock.
By himself?
Yeah, by himself.
With 2 pebbles.
2 pebbles underneath it.
We're not talking like Bam Bam and pebbles.
No, we're talking like real, actual like pebbles.
I was say because Bam
these
Bam
are
could have
facts.
moved it by himself.
And he lifts up. Yeah, of course, Bam Bam would have lifted that shit up by himself.
No problem.
Yeah, easy work. That's easy work for Bam Bam.
Shout out Bam Bam.
We're talking little Bam Bam too, because the older Bam Bam, he was kind of a punk, homie.
Yeah, he was, and he just wanted him some pebbles, and pebbles wasn't going.
Right, I would have wanted me some pebbles too, though, if I was there.
Pebbles, she turned out to be pretty fly.
Yeah, she did actually.
Cause
Fred, he was probably pissed.
Yeah, shout out Pebbles. What's up, girl? What's up, girl? If you hear this, come on by.
Come on by, Pebbles. You fictional creature.
She might be about 75 years old now.
75 million years old. But anywho,
Pebbles.
Yeah, he actually lifts up like and like those giant rocks that they say that they couldn't lift up the Easter Island heads or something like that.
Right.
He with using nothing but other wedges of wood lifts up this like 19,000 pound or 19,000 pound stone and stands it up. Yeah, he's a G, man, and he kind of figured it out. So I'm not saying that that's the exact way that it was moved,
right?
But now that you could see it be done, you're like, oh shoot, well,
maybe it's just
maybe it is possible.
Maybe they just had a smart motherfucker who knew
well, no. Also, think about this: we as humans, the more complex we get, the more complex we make things.
Right.
Right. So we seem to make things bigger than they are.
Right.
When at the end of the day, a simple answer will do. Like the invention you were just telling me about.
Right.
It's so simple.
Right.
But we want to complicate things by making it worse.
Right. Right.
So that's just the way life works.
Yeah, it's true.
Then you think about miracles such as like radio and cellular and internet. Like, who the fudge knows how that actually works?
Right, it is crazy.
It's a friggin' miracle.
Or something. It's definitely wild.
And deep down inside, you could actually rationalize and say, man, aliens must have made this crap up.
Sure. especially if we all die off and they come back and discover this later.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's a new civilization of people, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Reseeded the earth.
Exactly.
Like, man, it had to have been gods
exactly.
or aliens or
right.
They're way too advanced.
And they see
monkeys.
pictures of our planes and stuff, and they're like, "Oh man, those are spaceships." Like, no, dog,
Right.
it's a plane. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but there was a piece in the Bible that said about there being a previous civilization here that got raised, and then, you know, I don't know. It's Jimmy Swaggart.
I don't know who that is.
Bible step. Jimmy Swaggart?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
He's like a big time evangelist from like the 80s and 90s. Anyways, he got popped on some prostitution, something or other.
Yeah. I have civilization, like you talking Adam and Eve and all of them that got killed off in the flood.
Before that.
I think I've heard something similar to that.
It was a Bible study that I read. It was in Jeremiah. He talked about burning down a civilization and then it being dark for a while. Anyways, the short of it was he was saying that the civilization that was here prior to, so like you say in the Bible, if you're with the time pass theory between the pause between
gap theory.
Yeah, the gap theory. That's what it's called. I'm assuming he's saying in that time when God created Earth, it wasn't dark. It became that way over time after his first try with a civilization.
I think we talked something about this before.
Right. So created the Earth, created some sort of life, you know, some beings.
Yeah.
And they kind of did their own thing, and eventually he had to
got
wipe
rid of
them
them.
out. Like, because essentially saying that the flood was the second time he had wiped out. Well, third time technically, if you count Sodom and Gomorrah. But he's saying,
well, he didn't wipe out the whole earth there.
Right. I'm saying he wiped out everybody and started over.
Yeah.
For the second time with Noah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've heard something similar, especially because in Genesis there's like just weird stuff, and I've asked these questions also to my pastor. Certain things like Cain and Abel were the sons of of Adam and Eve,
right?
And
where's no daughters,
Cain,
there's no girls. So
yeah, exactly.
Wife?
Cain kills Abel, but this is the crazy part here is when God's talking to Abel. I mean, when God's talking to Cain about like his punishment,
right?
He says that he's afraid someone's going to kill him, knowing what he's done.
Right. And there's only
who the hell would he be afraid of?
His mom and dad. That's the only people left, according to the book.
Who would he be afraid of at that point?
Right.
And then he goes into a different city. He gets kicked out of the Garden of Eden.
Right.
Goes into a different city. Right. And finds a wife and builds a town and has a child named Enoch. You know. So it's like, well, where the hell did he meet that person from?
Right.
You know, like,
shouldn't have been but 3 people.
Yeah. So yeah, I've heard that before. I've also heard like a theory where Adam and Eve was in a certain part of the world that's kind of like a bowl, basically, and it's surrounded by mountains.
Right.
And Noah was there, and then when the flood came, it just killed off that part. It didn't kill the whole planet.
Right.
It killed off that part of the planet. And
right. As far as they were concerned, it was everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So those are some good, interesting theories.
Right.
That I probably haven't studied enough about biblically to really say yay or nay. But those are some questions that I have raised in the past. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, then that's why the hollow earth theory could make some sense. Like,
sure.
Also biblically, when the flood happened, right? It says that fresh water came up from the deep. Right. And from the center of the earth, like it cracked up and it rose up from underneath the earth. So that's another theory, that there's like whole oceans and stuff under there. Here's another side point about hollow earth. Did you know that the glaciers in Antarctica and in the North Pole are made of fresh water, not ocean water?
No, I didn't know that. But I guess it kind of sort of makes sense when you think about the fact that you can't freeze really salt water. Like, well, you can, but like
it doesn't freeze like
right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't freeze like
not like made of fresh water. Isn't that amazing?
Or it separates, you know, and freezes only the fresh water, and over time, like, because even within salt water there are bits of it that doesn't have salt in it.
Yeah, they're fresh water, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just a collection of the fresh water that was already frozen and came.
Nope. It's new fresh water.
There's no water on the earth that's new.
No, none. Not a single drop.
Here's the other thing about the last bit of this whole Jimmy Swaggart thing, so I can lay it to bed. Was they never really talk about in the Bible where demons came from, right? They exist in the same fashion that angels exist.
It's kind of
Except
assumed.
angels were created.
Well, it's kind of assumed that the demons that are in existence
Are fallen angels.
are when Lucifer was kicked out of heaven,
He had his crew with him.
he took a 1/3 of heaven with him.
Right.
Now we don't know how many that number is specifically,
Right.
but whatever it is,
It's a third
1/3 went with him.
Right.
So that's where it's
that's the assumption.
that's the assumption.
But now, there was another assumption, at least by Jimmy Swaggart, was that first civilization got wiped. When they got wiped and disembodied, they became demons at that point. Since there was no heavens and hell at the time, apparently.
For them to go to.
Right. So they just kind of were in limbo. And then when everything got created, they became demons.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I would love to see his biblical support for that.
Yeah, he actually had a whole bunch of
I'm sure. That's why I would say I would like.
it was interesting. I read it, a while ago, and it was I was kind of bored. I decided to thumb through it, and I thought
I'm pretty sure you had a lot of time on your hands.
I did.
Yeah,
Had a lot
of free time.
Yeah, a lot of free time. That's one thing that prison.
I didn't want to say it. I was just
Yeah.
insinuating.
It's one thing that prison that affords you is a lot of time.
Yeah, most definitely.
So
3
I read
hots in a
that.
cot.
Yeah, it was it. Yeah, there were 3 somethings in a cot. Wasn't necessarily always hot. But yeah, sometimes they were lukewarm. Sometimes they were kind of chilly. Sometimes they had bugs, but that's kind of
Either way, bugs are protein.
yeah, protein's protein. But it was interesting. Read, you should check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm really filling my brain with all the hollow Earth and flat Earth nonsense right now. I love hearing that stuff. I really don't get the point for flat Earth, but
No,
it is what it is. But B.O.B. is convinced.
man, these rappers, man, they're idiots.
He's not a rapper, is he? He's a rapper. What is B.O.B.?
B.O.B.
Is he still around? I didn't even know he was still alive.
He said beast mode.
Oh,
feast mode. Give me those tracks, I eat those all day. I don't sleep. No, I don't even know what I got sheets for. I thought that was actually kind of cool.
That was a slick line. But speaking of rappers, breaking news on the podcast: Soulja Boy got his behind jacked
Soulja Boy?
on Facebook. He was doing a Facebook Live deal.
He got jacked
Jacked.
for all of his
Dude,
jewelry.
he was in the chain. He got jacked for his phone. They're like, take that chain off. What are you doing here? Like, it was.
Break yourself.
And the Facebook Live thing just was still recording. It's all bad.
Poor
It's all
Soulja
bad.
Boy.
So I hope
Well,
you
it
got
should
out
be
alive.
easy, though. Insurance claims should be easy.
Yeah. I hope you got out alive. Soulja Boy off in his Wami trip and
You
Wami
should've-
go.
Man, Soulja Boy, you should have Superman that hoe.
I mean, you.
You should have Superman that hoe, man. Ain't no way you got done like that.
Dude, it's bad. It's bad. I'll show you the video.
Is it as bad as the 2 Chainz one?
It's worse. It's worse than the 2
Chainz was
2 Chainz got jacked.
Yeah, changed his name to No Chains.
Yep, from Titty Boy.
He should go back to Titty Boy.
Yeah, that was a great name.
There ain't no motherfucking. He had his chains took. You can't beat 2 Chain.
You're No Chains.
You be Jack Chains.
So we're coming up on a huge amount of time here. Any final thoughts for the day? Happy New Year's.
What are we? Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's to everybody out there.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, because that S pisses me off.
It
by the
pisses
way.
me off as well, and that's why I had to correct it. Because that shit. The fact that people, hey man, Happy New Year's.
Yeah, it drives
What
me
did you
insane.
say? What is? How many motherfucking New Year's is it, you motherfucker? It's just one.
Apparently, there's a couple.
Fucking bitch.
Oh, I saw this thing too. I gotta send you last time because we're talking about New Year.
Right.
It talks about how we should be in the year, I think 17 or something like that.
We are.
2017.
Oh, you mean? Oh Lord! Now what are they saying that we 1,000 years beyond what we're supposed to be?
Yeah, because it marks the dawn of civilization. It gets rid of BC and AD and all of that.
Right.
He gets rid of that, and it marks us from like the dawn of civilization, like the first known city known to man.
Right.
And then it goes today. Pretty interesting. I'm going to send that to you as well. I'm going to probably link that in the description down below.
Okay, that'll work. I'll check it out.
Yeah, so there'll be a link in the description to Flat Earth Theory, Hollow Earth Theory,
Okay.
and the 2017 Earth timeline theory.
Sure thing. Don't you forget to do that shit neither.
No, I'm gonna have to link it all. It'll be up tomorrow when this podcast goes.
Excellent. Fuck all you guys. I'm out.
Mike's gone, and
Mic drop.
for he dropped the mic again for G5, myself, Gene Van Horn, and of course for Just Mike. We gone.
You've been listening to What Happens When. Tune in next time to find out God knows what.